In this video, I want to show you how I taper the waist of the jeans for my customer professionally. But before that, I'm gonna tell you 3 things that you need to know before doing any alterations on the jeans. My name is Katerina. I specialize in professional sewing and alterations with my sewing and pattern making education, as well as long time garment making experience. I'm so excited to share my knowledge with you. First, you need to find the right sewing machine. I have 3 sewing machines. One of them is computerized, it's Brother. It has control panel. You press the button and change the style of the stitch and length. I love it. It has a lot of stitches I use for making buttonholes and do embroidery. It's very gentle. I would never use for hemming jeans or do any alterations on heavy fabrics. My second sewing machine is mechanical heavy-duty one. It's supposed to have a metal frame inside, which makes it a bit heavier than the first one. I use this machine for hemming jeans, but I had to go slow on the heavy areas. My third sewing machine is Juki industrial machine. Since I got it, I've been using it all the time for my work. It certainly has the power to work with the heavy fabrics and stitch thick layers of the fabrics. And the second thing that you need to know before doing any alterations on a jeans or heavy fabric is to choose the right needle. There are many different sizes and styles. For jeans, I recommend to use a 90/14 regular needle or special needle, 100/16. It's sharper than the regular 100/16. And number 3, use a hammer. When you hem in the jeans or do the waist, there's always a thick part on the seams. So when you smash it, it will reduce the thickness of that area. Okay, let's jump into the alteration process of how to taper the waistband on the jeans or the skirt. And of course, you can do this way. It's fine too, but if you want to learn the professional way, stay to the end and I'll show you mine. One of my customers needs to take the waistband of her skirt. For her fitting, I pin the back of her skirt to fit her body shape. So this is the amount I'll need to remove to achieve the desired fit. For this project, I need jeans threads, regular matching threads, and chalk. After the fitting, usually only pins left on the garment, so I use a chalk to mark where the pins are and remove them. Next, I'm going to remove the loop belt and the tag from inside by using the razor blade. Please be very careful to use a razor blade. You could easily cut yourself. Even with my years of experience, I still find myself getting cuts from time to time. Then with the seam ripper, I'm going to remove the top stitching from the back seat about 3-4 inches below the mark. Now I had to cut the belt through right in the middle where the seam is, and at the end of the project that loop will cover that seam. Well, I need to remeasure the amount to be taken and equally spread on both sides. It's about 1.5 inch in total and basically 3/4 on each side. Also, I have the top stitching on the belt, so I have to remove it a little bit further. And the belt is ready to be sewn. Typically, jeans are sewn together using flat felt seam. Lucky me, I have a plain seam where the 2 layers are sewn together with a straight stitch and the edge is serged. I pin the seam to make sure that the stitch is nice and flat and meets the same amount as a belt. Everything looks good. I'm going to leave a 1/2 inch of the seam allowance. After that, I use a serger to finish the edge. And of course, don't forget to use the iron on every steps of the sewing process. I press down the back seam flat and seam allowance inside the waist belt. I have a special cushions that helps me flatten the area much faster. And the alteration is almost done. But I need to do something. I'm going to do some time-consuming work. I always do it, and I prefer to do it because it keeps the original look. Since the top stitching is orange color on the blue denim, I'm going to tie each thread on the inside of the skirt. With a regular needle, I hide those ends of the threads inside the seam. Okay, it's time to stitch the top stitching, And there is now 4 layers of the fabric, and I have to chain the needle. Now I have a jean thread on top and a regular thread on the bobbin. I'm putting the top stitch and I will stop exactly where the other top stitch finished. I don't overlap with the top stitching. It will look messy. Perfect top stitching is done, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. That method it gives such a clean look and as original. The same idea on the belt. I tied the threads already and there is a small area left to fill with the top stitching. I saw the belt loop back, almost no difference. Do you see there is no overlapping stitches on the belt, neither on the back seat. And there is the tag left to be sewn and I'll do it by hand. Now the skirt looks perfect as original as before, as never done alteration on that skirt. The skirt looks fitted and the customer is happy. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next video.